Hello my friends and welcome back to our blind let's play Ace Attorney Investigations 2 featuring Miles Edgeworth, the Prosecutor's Path. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and today we run into Debeste. Yes, it's time for him to take center stage in his testimony, and I guess we'll see where we go from there. So without further ado, let's do this. Hope you all having a wonderful, fantastic day today. So, you want to know my reasons for arresting that man? The answer is simple, yes. We found traces of that guy over there. How's that? Perfectly simple, perfectly decisive, right? Of course, I was the first to notice it because I am the best. How am I supposed to go about pressing that? How is that? Got nothing to say. Speechless in my presence. This guy sure talks a lot. So, you're the one who arrested Mr. Keys, I take it. Mr. Debeste, do you have the right to do such a thing? Well, obviously it was the police who carried out the arrest. But since it was under my direction, shouldn't it also count as my arrest? As I expected. It'd be difficult to deal with both of them at the same time, however. Her silence is troubling me. Just what is she thinking? Rebuttal. So, you want to know my reasons for arresting that man? Let's get one thing clear. You do know who you arrested, right? What? Do you take me for a fool? The one I arrested was Simon Keys, no doubt about it. I expected you'd at least understand that much. Obviously, we had a fatal reason for arresting Simon. Really? Well, that's quite a surprise. So, what is the fatal reason for the arrest? Are you attempting to lure information out of me through flattery? A good strategy, but I'm afraid it will work on me. We have found vital evidence implicating Simon Keys. That's what Sebastian was trying to say. Yes, so because of this vital evidence, I had Simon arrested. And the answer is simple, yes. We found traces of that guy over there. That guy over there? That's certainly vague. Well, don't they say? The best hears one thing and understands 10. You're just being lazy. Explain it more clearly. Sebastian. If it's alright with you, would you please explain it to them in more detail? I'm sure that everyone wants to hear what you had to say. Alright, if you insist, Justine. We discovered that, perhaps you didn't know, but the victim carried a chessboard with him. And from it, we found that suspect guy's, I mean Simon Keys' fingerprints. Well done, Sebastian. I bless you on behalf of the goddess of law. Please amend your testimony. Are you alright with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Yes. The victim carried a chessboard, and from it, we found Simon Keys' fingerprints. Surely it wasn't you who discovered the fingerprints. Hey, I'm just a prosecutor, aren't I? I leave that stuff to the forensics team. Those fingerprints could be a problem. But was it the chessboard originally? Maybe I should take another look at the evidence. How's that? Perfectly simple, perfectly decisive, right? What's perfectly simple and decisive is how flimsy your testimony is. What are you saying? You just can't keep up with the train of thought. It may be presumptuous of me, but allow me to explain. The fingerprints found at the scene belong to the guards and the prisoners. And the only ones that should not have existed belong to Simon Keyes. Yes, exactly. Do you get it now, Mr. Edgeworth? The real question is, do you get it? Alright. Is this still the same? Yeah, this is still the same testimony. The other guard prints, let me try again. The other prints belong to the victim and the guards. Yes, only Simon prints are unnatural. Oh, I forgot to press that, sorry. How do I go back? There we go. If there are other people's fingerprints, then there should be more suspects. Well, I'm afraid that's not possible. And why is that? Certainly, if not for Simon Keyes' prints, there would have been more suspects. However, his fingerprints should not have existed. That's right. After all, Simon is neither a prisoner nor a guard. So naturally, he wouldn't have been allowed into the prison. And yet, he left his fingerprints. I think that's enough reason for an arrest. What did you say? I don't know how I say there. I just got hiccups all of a sudden. So I'm trying to like get through her line of dialogue before taking a breath, and it just I'm sorry about that. Yes, well done, Justine. You're welcome. Of course, I was the first to notice it because I am the best. First one to notice. Do you have any proof? I noticed it the very instant I saw the crime scene. Faster than the speed of light. That's the best kind of proof. And what does that prove? You still don't understand. But don't feel too bad. You're simply not the best, unlike me. I don't think I want to understand. Okay, so... Okay, there's one more line, it looks like. My reasoning is faster than light. It'd take you a light year to get to it. In short, I am the best. You do realize that a light year is not a measure of time. Haha, take that. Uh-oh. Out the dot, Sebastian, a light year is a unit of distance. Oh, right. What? This isn't the time for this. What is he saying? It's really vague and hard to understand. First, I'll have to teach him how to speak a language people can understand. Teach it to him, Professor Edgeworth. Okay, so... only Simon prints are unnatural. Simon brought it to him at his request. It does look like a normal chessboard. I don't see anything wrong with this chessboard here. How do I... There we go. I don't see anything abnormal with this thing. So... Simon brought it to him at his request. Maybe that's why it's not unnatural. It's not unnatural because he brought it to him at his request. I don't think that was it. Mr. Debeste, what do you think about this piece of evidence? Why are you asking me for my opinion? Don't you see? This evidence contradicts your testimony. But what? What is that? I don't believe this evidence has that kind of meaning. Is that right? With Judge Courtney here. Also, you don't need to yell objections so loudly. Just showing evidence will suffice. But that's part of the fun of being a prosecutor. You don't need to tell me that. The moment we found Simon Key's prints, the other prints belonged to the victim and the guards. I don't understand what the contradiction is. The chest of the mail, that's nothing. Did not find the murder weapon, that's not anything. The position of the peaches matches the chessboard in Dogen's special cell. But that just means they played each other. It doesn't mean there's anything unnatural about the prints. The key to Netley's soul was stolen. Well, what if they use gloves? I don't understand what I'm doing wrong here. Yeah, I'm stuck. I can't believe I'm stuck already. How am I stuck already? It's not supposed to happen. Let's see. The fingerprints could be a problem, but wasn't the chessboard originally? Maybe I should take a look at the evidence. So maybe I press it here? Okay, I was pressing on the wrong spot. Kinda hate it when that happens. Fingerprints found on the chessboard. Is that the ace up your sleeve? Ace in my sleeve? Oh, ace up my sleeve. Yes, the methods I use are always the best. The ace is my trump card. Well then, allow me to show you that is not, in fact, a trump card at all. Simon Keyes was the one who sent this chessboard to the victim in the first place. So, it's only natural some of his prints would be left on it. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Oh, dots. That took way too long. Those fingerprints are hardly decisive evidence. Perhaps your arrest was a little too rash. Rash. To begin with, this incident occurred in the detention center and the prison. To suspect Simon just because he was a prisoner or guard is a little unreasonable. What? What's with him all of a sudden? Ha. I finally get what you're trying to say. Rash. You mean we were too quick to arrest the guy, right? He was stuck on that. What is this guy's problem? Sure, I was the first to lay eyes on him, and I was the first to notice the evidence. That was even faster. But I am not rash. Sure, Simon Keys isn't a guard or a prisoner, but... Thank you. Can you please speak, like, actual clarity here? I think the game just, like, froze there for a minute, too, which was kind of funny because it froze on a perfect spot of her saying, "Ah, shush, kid. Let me talk." Let the grown-ups do some talking now. Sebastian. Judge Courtney. What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that. Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, should you get to the best part first? The best part? Why don't you tell them about your wonderful reasoning regarding the murder weapon? Good one, Justine. Nice suggestion. Mr. Edgeworth, listen to my first-rate reasoning. God, this music is awesome. Will this reasoning explain why you arrested Mr. Keys? I'm sure it will meet your expectations. Judge Courtney just changed the flow of the conversation. Just what is she planning? Murder weapon's location. It's obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, the prison maintains strict control over potentially lethal items. So, that's why I reasoned that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside. Yes, it was hidden inside the chessboard. And since only the victim and the suspect's fingerprints were found on the chessboard, isn't it obvious who bought and used the murder weapon? At least it's clearer than his last testimony. It's the best reasoning you could get from Prosecutor the Best. How do you like that? Now he's mixing up the best with his own name. This guy's infuriatingly... Ugh. But, could someone really hide a weapon inside a gift set to a prisoner? Hee, you'll find a good place if you examine the inside of the chessboard. Inside the chessboard? Is there someplace to hide a weapon? Doesn't make any sense. Because if you open up the chessboard, there's chess pieces in there. So how would you slug a bolt? As I thought, there are only chess pieces inside. Hee. Are you going to tell me that the top part comes off? Wow, what an annoying laugh. Inside the chessboard, huh? Perhaps I should examine it a bit further. I called that one. The top panel is removable. It's quite deep. Yes, there's more than enough room to hide a small knife. Understand now? This is how the culprit smuggled in the... Huh? What's with this huh? I wasn't even finished! Mr. Debeste, maybe you should go back to grade school. Because you're outclassed here, because there's something that you have forgotten. There's a gate at the entrance of the detention center. Well, there it is, but... He means the security gates with the metal detectors, Sebastian. We had to pass through the same check when we entered the prison, remember? Yeah, that's it. I remember now. It looks like he completely forgot. It would be impossible to smuggle a sharp metal object into the detention center. Therefore, your reasoning never held, even from the very beginning. That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention center undergo a simpler check. So they don't use a metal detector for that. This never should have happened. It seems the guards were too careless. How could it be that careless? Chessboard data updated. Hidden space. Security data to my organizer. Checks for metal objects. Right, Justine. Thanks for the assist. You're welcome. Now then, Prosecutor Edgeworth. If your cross-examination, you please. Cross-examination? It's as if we were in the courtroom. Very well. His reasoning. I am very good in the courtroom, Mr. Debeste. Let's see how long we'll hold up under my pressure. It's obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. A sharp metal object. Do you have proof of that? Didn't you see the victim's wound? Worthless prosecutor? The fatal blow was a stab to the throat. And a knife perfectly matches up with that. There can be no other explanation. It seems they don't know about that piece of information yet. Wah ha ha, nothing to say. Speechless, aren't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Right, next. There's plenty more to my reasoning. However, the prisoner maintains strict control over potentially lethal items. Even with the strict control, there were still some items that could be used, right? Well, yeah. Like things like grooming scissors. Of course, there's more to this. Right, Sebastian. Exactly. At the time of the incident, only one thing was being borrowed. However, there was no reaction when we tested it for blood. Those would be the scissors Mr. Sawit was practicing with. So, the inside of the prison was completely clear of sharp implements. What about, do we have the, sharp implements of this guy's room? I don't see it. I mean, there's still the dog and there's still the white floor. The dog was biting the victim's body. So, that's why I reasoned that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside. Can you be more specific about where it came from? Oh, of course I can. It didn't come from inside the prison. Is he trying to sound smart? Simon Keys brought it in. That's what we mean. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you even figure that much out? I'm disappointed in you. And you disappointed me from the very beginning. So, Simon bought the murder weapon, but how do you ask? Yes, it was hidden inside that chessboard. Oh, whoops. Go back. No weapon was found at the crime scene, not even inside the chessboard. So where did the murder weapon disappear to? I'd like to hear your answer to that. That's, well, after the crime, the culprit must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. Is there a problem with the statement Debeste just made? Maybe? I just don't know what it is. The murder weapon is hidden inside the prison. I don't think so. Wait, wasn't there, an investigation done? Prison investigation. Mr. Debeste and the warden Roland searched the entire prison but did not find the murder weapon. Yeah. It's clear from this piece of evidence. You know, I kind of shouldn't have done this because I want to press his other statements. But this may lead me to pressing other statements, so. Take that. Have you completely forgotten your own actions? You, along with Warden Rowling, conducted a search of the prison, but you did not find the murder weapon, right? That's... We must have overlooked something! Love the music. Oh, the music's so good! This guy just completely contradicted himself. You carried out such a sloppy investigation. I'm amazed that you call yourself the best. Are you mocking me? Sebastian. Ah! Please, calm yourself. Don't get caught up in the opponent's pace. I'm fine, Justine. Did you really think the best prosecutor would be shaken by someone miles behind him? Okay, I see what you did there, and that's just... Dude, you have the maturity of, like, a middle schooler. Well, you kind of are, what, like 17? It really shows. I wish you stopped messing around with other people's names. Oh, in that case, Kay Faraday is far, far ahead. I forget that she's also 17. But Kay is much more further along than this guy is, that's for sure. Kay, don't you get caught up in this too. Well, then again, she was hiding on top of like that, what is that, mountain-like thingy in the middle of the room? Children. Yes, if my best investigation didn't find anything, then there must not have been a single weapon in the prison. In that case, there's only one possibility. The criminal must have taken the murder weapon with him when he left the prison. So it's only natural he didn't find it in here, yeah. There was no way the culprit could have brought the weapon out of the prison. And this piece of evidence shows why. I really wish I would have pressed more instead of saying there was a problem. I'll try to remember not to do that in the future. Like when I come up to a thing where it says, should I argue this? Just don't argue it yet, press through and then come back. The security gate, we just mentioned this. Have you completely forgotten your own testimony? That's twice you've insulted me. Oh, it seems you remember what I said earlier, but you do well to remember further than that. The exclamative dots. What is that? This guy, he really doesn't remember anything? It seems that way. The detention center and the prison are equipped with security gates. Anyone leaving must pass through these gates. Gates equipped with metal detectors. That's what you... Looks like he remembers now. Yes, there's no way someone could have brought the murder weapon through those gates. And so the criminal could not have taken it out of the prison either. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you know where this murder weapon went to? Perhaps the weapon is still inside the prison. But we couldn't find it anywhere in the prison. The reason you didn't find it is because you believed it to be a sharp metal object. We saw the very moment when Mr. Netley was attacked, after all. If you could say that much, then perhaps you could enlighten us. What would you say is the murder weapon in this case? From this piece of evidence, the murder weapon in this case becomes obvious. Is it the dog? Here is a footage from a security camera. Shows one of the cells in the detention center. Oh! Okay, thankfully this game is smart enough to realize you could either click the videotape or the dog. See it with your own eyes. Still doesn't look like a dog. Looks too small. This is, it can't be. This tape clearly shows the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. I believe this is sufficient proof, wouldn't you say? Indeed. This is vital evidence. Horace Knightley was killed in the detention center by that dog. And after that, the body was moved to the prison workroom. Our witness claims to have seen a dog in the workroom when the body was found. Of course, a dog couldn't have planned this crime on its own. However, there is someone who could have. God, I wish I could do her voice. Man, that's so good. That's enough, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Judge Courtney. It's true, this camera footage is vital evidence. However, there is something else you must prove. Actually, you've already noticed it, haven't you? It's just as she says, there is still a huge flaw in my reasoning. If that black dog is a prisoner's pet, how was it able to move between the detention center and prison? What will we do, Mr. Edgeworth? I still don't know how the dog managed to move from one place to the other. I knew it. What? You want to talk? You don't know either. You tell him, Kay. If you do not solve this mystery, I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic. If this was a real courtroom, I would call for recess now. What? Wait, I'm not finished yet. Court has been adjourned. Leave at once. This isn't a courtroom. Well then, as I said, court is adjourned. I can't prove my argument, but isn't it the same case with Mr. Keys? Whatever do you mean? Just as I don't know how the dog entered the detention center, you also don't know how Simon Keys entered the detention center and prison. Although he came to visit the victim, he was an outsider to the prison. Don't you think it would be difficult for him to commit a crime inside the prison? Judge Courtney, now the burden of proof lies with you. Show us evidence that Simon Keys entered the prison. You want me to present evidence? I'm happy to oblige. What? Does she really have evidence? It's about time I told you. Now that I know the basis of your reasoning, Prosecutor Edgeworth. What is she thinking? It seems you don't even know Simon Key's real occupation. He is a circus performer. A circus performer? Yes. Have you ever heard of the Very Big Circus? Yes, I have. Can we not talk about that? Because while I enjoyed that case overall, there was a lot of problems that case had, alright? And I'd rather we just move on from, what was it, 3-3? 2-3? It's been a while, okay? Yeah, it's been like a year plus. Circus, I think it was 2-3. Because 3-3 was, the Armstrong case, right? But of course! Yesterday was the day that I wouldn't have missed for the world! Wouldn't have missed for the world? Did you have some kind of important meeting? Oh, heavens no! I despise meetings! It was the animal show, of course! It seems you've realized. On the day of the incident, The animal show was being performed at the prison. And the show was put on by the very big circus. So then, do you mean Simon is? Simon Keys entered the prison as a staff member of the animal show. That we know for a fact. This woman, she's been concealing this fact the whole time. Yeah, she's pretty, I wonder who she reminds me of, Mr. Edgeworth. She only planned to reveal it after hearing my testimony. Come to think of it. What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that. Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first? Mr. Debeste was going to say it then, but she stopped him. Ha ha ha! How do you like that, worthless prosecutor? You didn't do anything! Well then, now it really is time for recess. I'll end with some advice. I had already doubted your abilities as a prosecutor, which is why I relieved you of your authority. You'd best not forget that. What are you trying to say? The PIC can still take away your badge. If you value your badge, I'd advise you not to show your face before me again. Is that a threat? The goddess of law is merciful, but that doesn't mean you can get away with everything. And one more thing I must digress. I suggest you stop with this defense attorney act. That's none of your concern. I don't intend to abandon a case I'm involved in so easily. For defense attorneys, a relationship of mutual trust with their client is vital. It is very different from the way the prosecutor. In any case, you didn't even know about your client's occupation. Well then, I must be going. May the blessings of the goddess of law be upon you. I don't like those guys. How'd you say it? I don't like those guys. Did Simon lie to us? Well, it seems they lied to Uncle Ray too. This complicates matters. Why'd he do that? Hey, Miles. So tell me, you got cold feet already? Courtney Pie is quite a handful, but giving up is still uncool. The defense attorney's creed is never to give up. Remember, you're my assistant. Of course, I don't plan on giving up either. It's just, my theory that he couldn't enter the prison no longer holds. It looks like we'll have to investigate once more. To be continued. Alright. We still got a little bit of time left, so let's keep pressing on, shall we? March 28th, 3:02 p.m. Detention Center, Visitors Room. Why did you not mention that beforehand? No, but I did. Why did I mention? That you're a member of the Very Big Circus? No, it's just that, you know, I'm not. I can't call myself a member yet. I'm just a new recruit. Regardless, that still makes you a member. I think we killed him. Oops. So why didn't you tell us before? If I had told you, I was part of the circus. It would have made me look suspicious, right? Well, since I also knew Nutley and all that, I didn't think anyone would believe what I had to say. Not even you guys, okay? Didn't we promise to believe in you? But, Mr. Edgeworth, you're just, you know, kind of scary. Man, you're just terrible at getting info from people, aren't you, Miles? That's none of your concern. Looks like we need to have a talk with him again. So, what did you do in the circus, Simon? Well, I guess you could say I'm a wild animal tamer. I'm still just an apprentice, though. Wow, that's incredible. So you command lions and tigers to do your bidding, right? Nuh-uh, nothing crazy like that. No way. Yeah, if he did do something like that, then it's very possible that he could have commanded the dog to attack. Yeah. Well, my partner is this little guy right here. And that makes you a wild animal tamer? He's more like an organ grinder than a wild animal tamer. Aw, look at the little monkey. Hey, Money, cut that out. He can be quite a handful sometimes. When did we enter into Ratatouille's universe? You know, though, I will say Remy and Ratatouille, it's one of my favorite animated movies. I really like that movie. Remy is absolutely adorable, which is saying a lot considering I hate bugs, and I hate mouses, I hate rats. I mean, Mickey Mouse is not a rat. I mean, Remy is clearly a rat, but yet they made rats awesome in that movie. And the movie itself is just really well told. I really like that movie. I thought organ grinders controlled the monkeys, not the other way around. Very big circus. Yesterday, you told us you were just a regular employee, correct? Even if I'm a member of the circus, I'm still legally an employee. We're still just like any regular company. The ringleader is the boss and I'm just a grunt. I even have a supervisor. She's the head of the wild animal tamer division. No matter what kind of fierce creature, they all immediately follow her every command. She might even be able to get a handle on Miles here. I am not a wild animal. Did you and your supervisor take part in the animal show here at the prison? Oh yeah, it was just us two. I was only a small operation this time around. Basically, my supervisor takes center stage, and I take care of all the dirty work. Well, I did have a tiny part in the performance. So there are only 2 members of the circus that are related to this case. Your movements. So, can you tell me about your movements around the prison? Okay, I went to meet Knightley 2 days ago around noon. And that's when you gave him the chessboard. Well, that's right. And then that night, I started setting up the stage in the courtyard. It was pretty tough, going back and forth, you know, moving all the crates by myself. I left everything in. Workroom A, I think, just temporarily storage. Workroom A, that's where the body was discovered. I just had a flashback in my brain to the Danganronpa case. You know, with the, was it the magic show? Or, I don't know, it's just weird that my brain went to that. Anyway. Did your supervisor help you at all? No way! I can't let you do anything like that! Well, that's my job! Well, after I got everything ready, we started rehearsing. When we left, it was almost midnight. The show was set to start at 8 a.m. the next day and go on until 10 a.m. The only one who went in and out where the body was found is Mr. Keys. And then the body was found just before the show ended. Reasons for arrest. Do you happen to know why you were arrested? Well, it's weird how it happened so fast. I don't think that Debeste guy would have just arrested you on a whim. I want to put it past him, though. Well, maybe it's because of that. Of what? When I was moving the crates, I decided to go check up on him. You know, Knightley? You went directly into the detention block. Do you have permission? No. I had to sneak in. It wasn't a formal visit or anything. Didn't you already see him 2 days ago? Why would you go and do such a thing? Well, we're the only friends either of us had since childhood. Aww. He was the same as me. We never really had any real families. I just wanted to talk with him for a bit, so I went to see him. You didn't have a family. When I was younger, I lost the only family I had, my father. So is that it? I know all too well how it feels to lose your father at a young age. So you're the same as Mr. Edgeworth and me. So it was just the two of you talking at that time. Yes, all the other cells were empty, and there weren't any other guards nearby either. But then you got found out, and that's why they suspected you. What? Did I do something really bad? Something must have happened while Mr. Keys and Mr. Knightley were alone. That's probably Debeste's logic. It seems that we'll need to talk with your supervisor as well. She should be here today too. Probably in the courtyard. Oh, I'm sorry it turned out like this, boss. Simon, if there's anything we can do to help, just tell us. What? But I can't do anything in return. Don't you worry about that. We're your allies. Well, that's because we're like birds of a feather, right, Miss Edgeworth? Well, you know, I love the same birds of a feather. I don't think it's the same thing, though. Birds of a feather, huh? Well, I suppose that's true. We have sufficient information about your past. I doubt you had a motive to kill Knightley. Rather, you are probably the most affected by his death. And I doubt someone as timid as you would work up the courage to murder someone. Alright, I'll get you out of here. We'll believe in you. Well, what do we have here? Starting to get a hang of the whole defense attorney gig? Sounded a bit like your man just now. Me? Sound like my father? He would say, defense attorney's job is to be an ally to the deserted. We going to ride that stallion into the sunrise? Wait for me, I want in on it too. Mr. Shields, I think you mean sunset. Yeah, of course. It was just a joke. Want some candy? No, thank you. I don't like sweets. Who doesn't like sweets? Oh, really? What a shame. Yeah, I know. What a shame. I know people like that. And you know what? You're probably better off not liking sweets, considering all that unhealthy thing are in sweets. But still, I like my sweets. What's wrong with the sunrise? The legendary Yatagatu is all about the sun. Since the sunlight always exposes the truth. Good grief. For now, let's just head to the present courtyard and see what we can find there. It's interesting because, you know, the circus case? Like I said, I did enjoy the circuit case. Mo was absolutely hilarious, and I love that guy. Ah, the shutter's open. It's kind of fun to reminisce about old cases. I have not disliked any case so far, and I can say it with 100% honesty. But there are some cases I just like more than others. If you have not seen my original ranking all the cases in Ace Attorney trilogy, go back and watch that, and you can get my complete thoughts. It's in my Let's Rank video playlist. In addition, though, in addition to that, I will be making a Let's Rank cases in the Ace Attorney Investigation series. So when I'm done with this game, I'll rank all the cases in these 2 games. And I'm gonna race all the cases in the next 3 games, and then all the cases in, I think the final 2 games, I think they come in 1. And then I'll probably do this like shorter video ranking every case in all the games. I say shorter because I've already have ranked them all at one point individually. I just need to think about them as far as collectively goes. Yes, it does look like that way leads to the courtyard. So what are we waiting for? Come on, let's get a move on. She's certainly in high spirits. I wonder if that girl is gonna be her. I forgot her name, sorry. March 28th, 3:37 p.m., prison courtyard. So, this is the courtyard. Just before the body was discovered, the animal show was held here. Oh, she's got a camera? Oh, look at this! It looks just like a carnival. Man, I bet it was a lot of fun. And she's off. The prisoners were gathered here when the body was found. So that means whoever saw the show has an alibi. We should start by checking the area for Eek! Kay. Cut out you! Help me out, Miss Edgeworth! Just walk away! You there, stop this instant. Ow! Someone help, please! Down, Asti, down! Who are? Hey, it is her! How about that? Looks like you found a new playmate. Good for you, Astik. It wasn't playing around. It was about to eat me. Huh? No way. That's impossible. Oh, look at that. She's got her Sailor Moon rod as well. This child doesn't bite often. Often, huh? I will say something about this case, though. This case had me thrown through so many loops. I say that it's obvious who the killer was, but if you go watch, like, the case, I suspected everyone until I met Acro. And then once I met Acro, and once I realized who he was, I was like, oh, yeah, it's gotta be Acro. But until I met Acro, I was suspecting everyone. And that was beautiful. I love that. I suspected her too. Regina? Is that it, Regina? Just like popped in my head. People normally never get to play with an elephant up close. Isn't it wonderful? No, it's not. It's wonderful, right? Hi, it was simply marvelous, little lady. Mr. Shields. Really? Oh, that makes me so happy. So, how about a hug? As a thanks? Hey, watch where you swing that thing. Why don't you taught not to hit people with your trunk? It looks like Astik is friends with everyone. I am an assistant of this defense attorney. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Regina Berry. Nice to meet ya. I do remember that name. I'm the Great Thief and defense attorney's assistant, Kay Faraday. That's a rather complicated job title. And the one playing with the Mr. Elephant is the defense attorney, Mr. Ray Shields. It's not Mr. Elephant. It's Astik, the fantastic Asian elephant. You're incredible, Regina. You made Antique stop right away. Well, I'm a wild animal tamer, after all. Really? Well then, you must be Simon's supervisor. Yep, I'm the head of the Very Big Circus Wild Animal Tamer Division. The one and only Regina Berry. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Ace Attorney Ray Shields. It looks like he's the one she has a handle on. Yes, she's perfect. What are you mumbling about, Kay? Look at her. She's energetic, fun-loving, and healthy. She could be the new member of the Yatagratsu. She'd be perfect as a great thief. A great thief? Oh, that sounds like fun. We can make a huge ruckus with the animals. You can't make a ruckus. A great thief is supposed to be quiet and be sneaky like... But the show needs to have flash. Being quiet is kind of boring. Aw, I guess she's not very thief-like after all. It seems there has been a breakdown in negotiations. Alright, let's get started, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's check out anything that looks suspicious. We'll even look through the barbed wire if we have to. Now, I really like how Regina's here, because that circus case, it was kind of cool, and then it ended on a bit of a sour note. So to go back to that case here really allows those characters to, you know, get more story out of them and get more lore building, get more world building too, and I think that's a great thing. We should also try talking with anyone connected to the case. Although I wish Mo was here, because I love Mo. Mo was great. Yeah, what's up? The animal show. Man, it's such a shame. What is? I should have joined the circus. I just know my amazing rope escapes would have been received standing ovations. Well, that's a shame indeed. All that's left for me now is to solve this case and take part in the next show. Come on, let's hurry and finish collecting information. Right. Okay, he's here. What is Frank doing here? Alright, we'll start left or right. Ribbit! What are you doing? Don't you know? If you cook like a frog at a pond, they will come towards you. The only things that are coming towards you are from water striders. Water striders are so cool. They're like ninjas. They glide gracefully on top of the water. Nin. I wish I could do that. What about the frogs? Danger! High voltage! These signs really do exist? It's like Jurassic Park or something. On the other side, you can see what appears to be the detention center's garden. It just as Roland said. You can see the garden from our office. If it weren't for this barbed wire, we could take a look at the garden on the other side. How do I get the feeling like the garden is important to how you maneuver around the prison? That is Warden Roland's prized garden. I doubt she lets in so easily. It's the very big circus's agent elephant, a steak. Supposedly very friendly with humans. Okay, that's a horrible elephant. It doesn't say very friendly. It's his turn, gaze, Mr. Edgeworth. I must think you're the boss. Are you comparing me to an animal? Well, that's not what I meant. I think it approves of you. Well, that doesn't make me feel the least bit happy. It's a wicker crate. No, there are tires attached to it, so I guess it's a cart. Sniff. It kind of smells like animals. They'll probably use this instead of a hand trolley at the circus. Just once, I'd like to ride one of these bad boys down the hill. Or maybe one of those office chairs with wheels. Does that sound like fun? What is she talking about? That door is locked. Want me to pick the lock? Success is not guaranteed though. No, if need be, I'll just borrow a key. Jeez, I thought it was finally a chance for me to steal the spotlight. Don't even think about stealing anything in my presence. Not even the spotlight. This is the stage where they put on the animal show. If I put on a great tea show, I wonder if anyone will come. I'm pretty sure the police would show up. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and stop here. But in the next episode, we're gonna go from left to right. What I'll probably do is I'll examine everything first. And then we'll talk to Ray, Regina, and then Frank. So yeah, I love you all so very much. Thank you for everything, my dear friends. Hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day. And until next time, so long. And take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.